ba ene dwumadie so ewo eye na 2 TV wo dwumadie a yato din eye the sit show nyame adoma adwada ene wukwada efiri nonson empemu ekopem eye nonkron pemu na yedi sa dwum abramo aha ene yedi enkomo a eboa Ghana dachi Ghana mpuntuo na senia yebo munkaye no we are in a political season, internal political season. Nti enkomodie no bebre ebefa eye nhihye a MPP amanyoko no a hihye anase de egu akwan mu se nyame adoma 31st January 2026 ye nyina ye de eye okroye ebeko akoto aba baako brone beka say in unison to elect Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong as the flag bearer for the new patriotic party. Esan say bibia eda di say ono ena ye yina MPP for the neba dodo na ebekwa akoto aba na MPP atumi aba abemu in 2028 enonti mo be share nso the 6 show ena mo negusu ye mo de share the flag bearer ena mbe chinchim mfidie no from now to 9:30 na yatumi abu ye ketem no foforo so aba enonti no fra obi na ono so emfra obi say the 6 show ye de ahyeche so anisa wa wumben eye u TV a opese wo hwe dwumadie no abefo kwan so no wo so betumi akọ ye YouTube and Facebook na wo de messages no aba na wa share wa like na afoforo so atumi ehu nia ekọ enti wo kọ na 2 TV GH ade a wo betumi de wani adi dwumadie wo yachi wo be bibiara wo se wo data nko ade a no nti mo so mo betumi adi yachi sa ene nsem no edoso nsem no edoso the first issue I person tackle no say Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. You say umpo yewo the Agyapong doctrine. Yewo the Agyapong doctrine. And yewo the traditional African politics. Africa yewo ekwan bia ye de ye yamanyosem. Na ekamia ye say abrantie Kennedy Ohene Agyapong a ye political disruptor no. Ono ne doctrine no na ekamia say the whole of Africa to say amman nyina pese wo mo ede Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ne doctrine no eye adwuma na ena numre ye bisa say ne doctrine no ede na wo mede na eka as opposed to the traditional type of politics yeso ye wo eye abibime mu ha ene me guest ye lecturer wo eye university wo Bruchiri America Buchimem obeba abebiebie yani ne yehu se Honorable Dr. ne ebediane doctor Honorable Dr. Kennedy Ohene Agyapong ne doctrine no especially the PhD patriotism, honesty and then discipline papa yi babe boya ma ya tiase se yenka PhD ne keke na emum asechire ewo ho enti yebedi sa enkomo no ene numre na afi so abrantie baako a owo UK abrochimem ene no betwetwe nkomo ewo ahoma no so ono so ewo nsem a obeka anase obecheche mudi a chen wo okwan a eye politicians ni bi anase camps ni bi twist fact no facts are regarding the history of ye abato see ye do obi akọ number 1 na ye do obi akọ number 2 na ye do obi akọ number 3 ene ehun ensemu a abrantie ewo anuye ene nchechiremu a ode ebebre yen oye constituency secretary minimum ka say otu kwan kakra de call UK abrochimem ye ne no ebedidi nkomo na ode saa ensemu yin so ehun anuye ede abre ye firi wa na yabo ewura central region mu kakra isane say minimum ka say eye honorable na Toshi Addo or honorable Irene na Toshi Addo ade a ono so oye connected no ama Ghana aye kikim obia kan na de na mami kaga big fish say big fish why connected now na woni be ba ozo no na connection no ya na ye jaw enti yentam na so pe baby na fa o connection no connect na bibia enye fine emma enti minimum ka say the newly connected big fish in the history of this country na Toshi Addo honorable ono so o se won transikeke na emum Honorable Kennedy Agyapong na nisuade hunu ni unity tour no ono so so ha na honorable aso ha na minimum ka say obo ni ketem de aduru central region utie nsɛm a ɛkɔ so wɔ ne sɛnea ɛyɛ central region delegates no ɛgye maami wɔfɛ so a na ɛnika ɛba ne saa sɛ unsupporto honorable na wɔ baabi a na wakoma no ɛbɔ kikim tinyabotre na wanya bp ɛno nti na atɔhye deɛ no so yɛbɛdi ɛho nkɔmmɔ kakra yɛfi hɔ a na yɛaba ɛyɛ the last regional tour honorable ɛde kɔwie wɔ ɛyɛ voter region honorable Amewu ɛne nsɛm a ɔmo ɛkekaeɛ ɛfa ɛyɛ campaign no kwan yɛ hia anase hia sɛ yɛde honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong bɛba as the flag bearer esane sɛ wɔno ɛna ɛbɛma ayɛ mmerɛ ama MPP ɛwɔ ɛyɛ elections no yɛnka sɛ enipa num no obia ɔmo hia ɔmo nyina ɔmo hia na emom ɛyɛ according to honorable John Peter Amewu no ɔse emu enum no honorable Kennedy Agyapong nkura ya okta bi ɛna yɛde ne ɛkɔ ɛyɛ Ghana for anim 2028 a ɛbɛyɛ mmerɛ ama Ghana for nyina nti enyema yi ɛna yɛbɛdi ɛho nkɔmɔ ɛnanum nti join me na kɔ ɛyɛ social media handles no ɛyɛ YouTube ɛne Facebook ɛwɔ Netu TV GH na fa wo messages ne bra wan fa mantemu a ya na ne kenkan no ayɛ bibia wɔ hɔ nti no message sɛ wo de wo messages no ɛbɛba o de ba so a ma ɛho nte so far so good mo messages no ya na ɛho nte me kenkan a na mani age emre no kɔ nanim no so no bebie phone lines no sane sɛ anim a na edi sa adwuma wei na mo so mafrɛ na mo akyerɛ mo adwen ɛno nti mo bɛhyɛ ne nso ɛde ama me ansa na me de me guest ɛbɛkyerɛ mu no ma me nda ne me ho sima mienu bi na me ba na yato adwuma di no so
ya de ba ko a me da ka da me koma so pa so o gidie wo Nyankopɔn mu na o de ho to no so a si e be yo se nipa da se ni be yo se be ka ho asem se be yo se nyina alfa ho jina o gidie no na o gidie no nam sa gidie no papa e be fi mu aba a ene ye nyina ahu
to keep Singapore going, we must be a we-first society. Because if everyone only thinks about me and puts me ahead of we, then we are finished. Society will fray and things will fall apart. But if each of us does our part for the we, care, contribute, and look out for one another, then the me will thrive and flourish too. Because when the whole is strong, each of us becomes stronger too. And that's how we strengthen the Singapore spirit. And so we have to do more to encourage Singaporeans to step forward, to take responsibility for one another, and to shape the character and future of our society. The government cannot force or direct this, but we can encourage and support, and we will certainly recognize and celebrate these efforts.
When it comes to his leadership style, that is what we are talking about.
What did you see at the office which is making you jump, or should I say arrive at this point?
I would say, I will still not go into the issues. I know you're trying to push me. But with his approach, when it comes to solving issues, putting his foot down when it matters the most, pulling the bull by the horn, correcting people when they are misbehaving. He cannot even correct a group of about 10 people working around him when some are misbehaving. So it saddens my heart that people will think he can handle the affairs of our beautiful country of over 32 million people. I don't think Dr. Bawumia can. He will be overwhelmed. Ghana will not be safe under Dr. Bawumia's leadership. And I'm not going to mince words because people need to know it. I have had a personal experience so they can make an informed choice. It's as simple as that.
Did something happen between you and Dr. Bawumia? Was there a beef? Was there an incident? Are you bitter about something?
No, there's no
saying
beef.
that the vice president of the country, flag bearer of the MPP, who was chosen overwhelmingly by delegates as the man to lead us, you are sitting here saying that this is not a leader who is fit.
Why am I saying that he is not the right person for the
enya ho fa so politicians enya ho fa so businessmen enya ho fa so enkola a omo nyanka enya ho fa so enkola omo nyenda so wi ase enya ho fa so obi a ohwede keke no kasem ema touch na koma oyen ho fa so sani ba we nyina came to me almost honorable that ben now dey honorable kere Agyapong bakofodia and he said never we'll go and talk to him ye call ye no ye nekasa ye no ampurity such a nice man obi o shame crying or parliamentar maybe call parliament in chair unza me fresh ban of parliament na said o shame crying no okasa chere o say mon kwa na mon ko fa niema na mon ko ye first time MPs no even omo mo ye sitting MPs na sewing machines and vegetable bebre no am the buy na me chere bebre ho de my free ye nyina MPs no o friend o se bu nyina obi anko fa bi don fa ko de krom ko che such a man onipa ono oyini bottom scan wa chaman say nyina mo ngi no fa ko krom yi sani passe no ye hia no sa obeboa yen nya krum ye kola. That's how come I brought him here today. So he's here to help us. I'm talking about Honorable Kencity Agyapong. He's here to help us. He's here to guide us. Our house boy no guiding. Na yedi namo siye. Ya namo siye. Na unka say wudni and that's what. Some of us ema minu we ni fa. Mani and that's what sa. Ye obi no ka bi take to abi. And it be university Mankobi. In your opinion, or cast with your school amount, and I'm quiet. Obi or cast some to a mushroom say, and yes, Takwa and school, your uncle school, and I'm a co-keep school, and I'm at the school. You need somebody to help you, and that's why we have brought this man, a businessman, a philanthropist, a politician, a man who is a family man. Obi or any fear ye, and yet a member who fear ye, a member of any fear, that's the kind of person we are talking about. You know, we have brought him here as a family man, somebody on your irresponsible man, on your papa or Henema, Nebusia, the fear, almost changing it didn't home. And I want every one of you to be part of this program. I said earlier on, I want you to embrace this program with love, with your whole heart. You have to decide and say to yourself that today is the day you'll be blessed. Whatever the case may be, you will receive a word that will change your destiny forever. You will receive a word that can help you to move. So, they said, Honorable Kennedy, Agyapong, in say Kennedy air pressure, to Frank Anuma, MPP, no be or man as a president in tea. In Yuma, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, I have Fagan and Ibiasia Fanny and Yabon. Na ene yema ever chicken come for Honorable Kennedy or Hine Agyapong. Oshe atare ehye momi awankasa no me say edi ho adanse nti beba momi I introduce no omi pacho udina nkasa the same edi ani obaya enterprise okay so MPP ni MPP ni enso na me ye NDC ni mapa the green one ye wo me me be NDC woman organizer. Okay. Me face me be woman organizer. I will be promo player. NDC women organizer. Yes. Yeah, the faithful NDC. Okay. The blue baby no, and now boy being free promo hire say okay. Now no I NDC secretary, and I'm a woman organizer. Now we invest the best 7 years. Oh, pretty much not or Domukufu or the Mustafa. It's not another pa. Nayana near support to it's a papa say, make a name in Penasam crap. And run away this name. Men Penasam, it's no turn and muda. Okay. Or no one me free and this muprapa, make a chair. Name in Penasam. No, yeah, machine, so Matiso can it yet. Okay. 80 Messume can be. Maybe I shall my dream. Into a blue baby, and say, I bear more, will be our investing in Odomukufu. No, see NDC. NDC near secretary of free as Atunsia. Okay. And now, you see, I do then honorable can, Mama and Kakasa. That's all, Bema boy, Abia. Protocol back could be for migration and police. In Ukraine, Minya Kudroma Mikoi.
me call ye a domo a good fee one. Hey, papa, sour bread. Enti me call ye no. And I was my family say. And I'm so my family said, boy, be we cruman cranny, while bread a jumaho. And also, no, we invest in them say, aye. And also, find people. Well, some say, NDC me and MPP.
No, the moon's over, baby.
There be what Timmy Dina or me.
Okay.
Now, maybe there be another bonnet, she send me the days. It's more better plan, no, what to say. Let it be or why they be a bonnet. Ain't your boss, and now. On my coffin boy uniforms a university people may buy
certificate.
Yeah, they buy an or so. Young cop, a kakani fair boy no migration.
Wow.
No coyer officer. It's boy a air copra no cranny, mimi cromani aton so be as someone make I be any. Neddy, me crown and me money provision and family so to turn a normal born no quite. To acquire Nana Central Regional Woman Organizer. Adwentry.
MDC team, an MPP.
MPP.
Okay.
Enti me huna ono friend woman organizer and I'm so friend no so near MPP woman organizer.
Okay.
And no call region ankasa for MPP.
Okay.
Into obey a program bi ofosuya. And me organize a man be NDC man near 57. And I'm say adia papa we etumi ayeni. We so wama ya fa me ba NDC for na. We say wama ya fa mba wa ha. We say me ba ko Ghana gas. We say me ba ko ha ana me say any other na mo men ko join the NPP.
That time no mo bo mo hone de mo ko NDC di ma na mo ye 15 man NDC
57.
Okay.
Ba news ni ade nyina. Nya some America 4 years any. Eti eba san ye nyina ko join ne NPP. Inti a woman na mema no so eti ni bi no almost 100 and something almost free NDC be join ne NPP. Ena kam so ya wose ye to aba. Inti ne di honorable echi. Ti me be mu na nyame ado won be ma me che person. Ena me hwe so wa ha sei. Inti honorable kan ye kana sema ade e be che. No cranny nyame anim ni. Chasem wa me fan say after that me on my protocol 8 ni for sujoma obi ani ememu ana na bi ni me ye adwuma no ene ememu abi abaako na ne ma me ton beef ena baako so chase ni nyina so adwom wona me o ha no friend say me ma no nipa 8 no fa wo mo inti dwomo na bi krahwi baro ni ade me fa wo mo ene ye de papers no ekoma no eno mo nyina mo awie immigration police customs mom na nkwe na no de ye nya
Okay.
na ada in the fire service in there nipa 8 wo mo nyina akoy enti se me ka na bro ho asema ena me enan chen no me badge me first born na me wa NDC.
Okay.
Me NDC your friend is saying
woman organizer.
Penny be any only company or Ghana. You don't go to youth Ghana, you tell was the ya Canadian air train. Daniel Bray, Penny only company. Young to about my Ghana, Ghana be a registered. Young youth who say a possible say Ghana means to be a company. Who say, yeah, Obia Casa to say, big seller to say, and also at me outright have a blue, maybe I will do now. I may need that one. I may catch up a Kennedy say, money man, I will move down. Our companies, Papa, consisting of company Ghana, I say, it's who per MP, who per minister, MP, the Duma, now you see nothing yet. Now you're saying too far. And to maintain I am my Ghana, me and Inca. We are brand. Me, company. Me, near tomorrow. They near tomorrow, but I'm not for you tomorrow. Until I was saying, come up, be a day, a would be. Ghana man no vote. Yeah, can.
Yo, adeshima mesama mo akwa babiom the sit show na moni egusui ene adaje eni poso kra sani amhye ebono ye beko eye ahoma no so ne abrante baako a oye the general secretary na secretary otwetwefo penny pa edema eye mpeswa so a ye frɛ no Infantiman constituency dodo na efre no Evans Osei na omo bonu samrane eye Ataneba Kwesi na je se Ataneba Kwesi me no ka sei owo UK abrochimem a ye ne no ebetwetwe nkomo kakra fa nsem bia ene propaganda ekoso ewo eye campaign a ye a mze bi mo nze emfa ema omo eruti Evans otemi nka me mo adwomo akwaba Evans. Hello, Evans. Hello. I'm say hello, Evans. I'm saying Evans in can Mijidisa or no the team in can but production mo na mo resolve sa issue no emaye ye pese any Evans etwetwe nkomo kakra about political dishonesty senia waka no no watwe krata tintintin a ode nchechiremu abre eye MPP delegates say omuhwe na nkrofo andada omo sa propaganda na ye de eden eto social media no or to in the history of convenience Evans oteminka memo adwomo akwaba hello yeah bente monhwe ye ahoma no ma me na me hu so owo so hello okay ye beko ye nim ye behwe se ye nsa ebeka Evans na ye ne no atwetwe eye enkomo sa nkomo we ehu hia papa pesa ne se propaganda e na dodo na eye ya na ye de akoto TikTok ni ato aguma ma wo so hu a na wafa no se eye the gospel truth enti ye besre se ehu hia pa se sa eye nkomo idie ye bedi no ene enumre enti mesremo a technical mo hwe na yentumi emfa eye abrante no ento ahoma no so na ansa na ye hwese ye nsa beka eye abrante no Musa Dankwa a ye nyina ye nim no Ghana ha se representi adwumaku a from Global Info Analytics ni omo ye ne se omo ye nhwehwemu edifa abato ho etumi project se eye team we anase group we anase osumesi ana obentin ena ebedi ntwow ana obedi nkunim na ni nsemo ode abetu dwa no ebi ene se ohwe NDC eye amanyokuo no ma papa na ye nhwehwemu a omo pese obisa omanfo se NDC after John Mahama hwan ena ebeteki over na nhwehwemu no nyina kire se Haruna Idrisu honorable minister for education ena NDC for dodo na ede epe se obedi eye John Mahama eye ade nanso ekoba ne sa no Haruna Idrisu awro na tade e de ahye eye jenna na opoku agima eno nti mekire oni enti a Haruna Idrisu even though the service favor him wadane anase wawro na tade e de ama jenna na opoku agima Ghana's vice president nanso ansana meye no mame endane me ho sima embrasisi a Yo, Mr. Mwakwa Babi, the 6 show na wani egusui, senior na mano gusu Americano, NDC for Musa Dankwa Global Info Analytics, and Yama and Asen Shumo Maya Neches, Haruna Drisu, and NDC for Dodona, a prefer, so be take over from John Dramani Mahama. Menuka say, Haruna Drisu Atuna Nutru se. Unyaya anka eye Jenano Pokwajma, Her Excellency the Vice President of Ghana, Ena Obeden, or no Ebe Njeradebeyano, the President, the first female President of the country. DNT Ena, all the 3 services are a year Australian Yeno, a favor, President Haruna Idrisu, Nenso Obero Edi Ashe Jenano Pokwajma. This is it. So, Umbekaya, I am a tayi video be a was a Juma way so at the Tremo say. Ye man penning abedi dada His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baumia man no bo apro no okokan wo northern region Savannah region to be specific say ono ye to abama na owo 8 years na John Mahama 4 years enti na osre say nuanom northerners ne to aba no emma no ono emedi 8 years instead of John Mahama obedi 4 years pe na osan candidacy so say na enti a ho ka kire wo mo ne say omonto abama ono no medi 8 years no enie say oye sure na onim pa based on Ghana's political history no che say once 2024 ni ye be yi nodna say a year president no e beche pa ansa na Ghana for assign the presidency no aba north enti honorable na say honorable Ken say oka say e be difficult to say nanado o mampeni dada oye ofi eastern region no e be difficult to say Ghana for besa kofa obi every eastern region aba say na say mwate sa asem no honorable Ken no do unless you don't want the truth sa asem Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia e ka kire nordness ni say wo monto ma no so man to amana no monto ma John Mahama e be chepa ansana Ghana for assign the presidency no akono for bium enti question na dodo na ebisa ne say papa yi enim say last year ye to abayi John Mahama no say ne ono kokan ye no ebeche ansana Ghana for assign the presidency na akono enti question ne say u beje flag bearer no ayeden asem sebe say delegates adwene ho yi u beje flag bearership race no title ayeden because when no more asem say once Ghana for akoyi John Mahama in 2024 no ebeye dimpa say ebeden yebesan ayi obi every north mini o ka say unyan ye south na o da so ye north or north na enti have you changed your mind me gidi say bia wo campaign ni ade no betumi a kire delegates ni say nia wo kan ye no e bia na wo hu say wanka ni ye na nado o kan bi je o say manka ni ye kura o e bia na wo so watumi akan bi e de a kire once a wontumi ye ano ne de ye de sa video no ene sa nkomo no ye di a eye yie because wo wa kire ye judi say nia wo kan no ye no kure enti nia wo kan no 2024 no me de me da so gidi say e no kure unless you come and convince me nti delegates sani ameka kire mu no papa nankasa ka say wo san de mana ebeche pa na je say wan wi a enko yi enyam na meka ono ankasa nanu mu ase mo a motahwe dwumadi mutum say me boss a video no e de mamu de bia ma me hwe say ahoma no atomu a na ye ne Evans eni eye enkomo Evans otemika me mawo adwo ema wakwaba. Hello Mr.
Good evening brother Agyapong. Hello. Yeah, Otemika. Yes, Mr. Wankapa.
Na Bokodie.
Yamina dum bibia bokokra.
Na UK abrochime mu.
Waka nyinde. Oh, Yamina dum kakankra awo na we yina no zezin but yawa ehwe man Yamina.
Nyame wo ho. Yade enti akase pa every team Ken the PhD man yade ebro enenumre.
That's right. Me do.
Mpacho una wo ye otwatwa focus ye e de ma empeso aso efe no infantiman.
Mpacho you infantiman constituency secretary America say attend back in America say.
Okay. What the crate be able to abontin and a peace be able to abontin? What say stop the political dishonesty regarding history of convenience? Dear na ope actually.
Okay, my brother, what's the plan? My friend here, Kase, from kind of through the president in waiting. When I say president in waiting, I'm referring to Honorable Kennedy on Agyapong. We are the man Fincher Kasima party paying for or Ghana in Fana in a Yadin Fana in a now I mean San Fincher Kasima Mankasa constituency. Only delegates and Yamina Dumara 31st January, and when our year on I don't call there. Manzamari Silto Chokono. Or there was a Junoko Akumako Yansanko in our was it a hen papa candidate nature na Frank Amahin. And the to Frank Uncle Tibi, we are was son, Ugua Casino, Anan Kowo, or Heninchana, Bribinti, Ukuzi, or in this phone seminal. Never power Hena, as another than a name. Mufenchia Casino, the Mping Far. What party I'm talking about the delegates. I want to wear is sign it trying for. They say, Meba, a queen, you to them now, man, Fanchia Mohana. Na, I be Bioka Cranty. I am quite Tam Cassana, the bottom. Missing trying there. In there, Sabi. You will be from Abakwasam, another history. Na Abakwasam, so Yaza Sabi. Mpayinfo wakankake abibia abakwasam na obo hen ma yehu baby a yedu in fact baby a yefi baby a yedu na baby a yepere yedu anayeko na ehwe MPP ma yen history no oye bitwum history chede inya mbrona ekan na etse ma yen abakwasam na simota Oma Kasano inya be going forward. You should see be a pedestrian and a mobile pedestrian or party mono.
Hello. Hello. Evans.
What pay to me fear no what about the party I mean. Na it's a my bin worker na who there the history is being distorted or is being told in piecemeal. Na I oye me here there that be yen to me yahwe haima ka kasano ma ayo no daw another a favor no na bisu mo ho na onyini hani history no especially the one man said 1992 wo news okodo wo MPP afam and one in 1996 wo news okodo MPP afam. It's important for us to
Hello Evans.
Tell this I wonder and can them rot in
Evans, what mean ga?
Central America but I met one kapa.
Mr. Wa Brase mo betumi apagya one kakra ma me.
Oh, okay.
Na yen cost to the point because ahoma no ensheda nim wa enti Mr. Wa.
All right.
Okay.
The American there. You were Casibia or Dawa and Quafo worker. My worker in there, Sabi as a flag bearers, Bebre, and I has one bar, another Bebre, especially now Akufo-addo, and former president J. Akufo, has one bar and penny being Ibasa. In the old child there, yes, Dr. Mahmoud Baumioso, yes, and as a bill. But most man American in there, the Bebre now, yes, and J. Akufo, yes, no call crew a biemu. Onye the membrane na ewomi ebra ayede Akufo-addo call ekuru ebiene baasa no onye the membrane na ewomi sisiare the membrane say yerehwe mahanin anamotu ma party ekodu na za ye pede ye jitum baka eno otwa da ye ma history no ana abakosem odo ye ma nkofo watase ye. Then 1992 obi ano ye him flag bearer only late Professor Edubuahin was not repeated in 1996 election. Edubuahin 1992 na sabe other party the kware na yekedi ntwe no nkunyimzamba hafa no delegates no amma na kwinje bio mo wamba ye flag bearer for the 1996 general election. But aya na ye twa ehwo na atonchen yenka yempemfu bebre winging them history, but aya na without atonchen because conveniently what can kufuwa no dina oyoke man o favor one, what can kufuwa no dina o favor one. But again, the first flag bearer of the party, why do we have to cut off that particular part of the history? In America there, we have to stop engaging in the history of convenience. Neyaman Okwano on Daisy. The Edubuahin was the flag bearer in 1992. The delegates could have repeated him in 1996 general election, but one man because now in terms of votes, in terms of electoral performance. In the delegates, and money too, no one sent a flag bearer. And that was when President Kufuor became the obvious choice. Even that, Nanka, na Kokudi or Kwame Pianin, the only Ubia at the time, popular amongst the gurus at the time. But no issue about new condition now. What's in respect of PNBC, Abayana, Odin Hukajim Woho, Adebia, Kubi, another over to Abangu at a time. And say, so the no call door or quite flag bearer, who could have been charged with treason, having violated the constitution. And say, order what test in a year. On no man, Kwame Pianin, Wenya Akwenja. Na President Kufuor Benya Akwenja Baye flag bearer, and subsequently Papa no call first and but if any performance onion war 1996 na osane call or 2000 or full cost na oma delegates no hu there well say san any Kufuor kubiwa obotum abohin and yaminadum in the actual conditions at the time and as circumstances are oma one Kufuor nya Akwenja and I will repeat Kufuor for the flag bearership. If circumstances on ma, any akufo-addo or call first, second, third. Rather, on yet that circumstance na CCI women. This time you'll say that Sabi, in 1 year MPP from worker. You'll say that in 1 year NDC from worker. What can over for me there? Some man fa honorable Kennedy and Bar. Young one whom Mamma Babin. They be a mass American in there, or coming now, Pia, or coming now, the MPP free. And Casabi, an issue. But MPP from could say to ye or my pain ye. MPP from could say ye or my pain ye. We need support from those who are not partisan. Among of friends, I won't come out with you there. On them Kencity Agyapong, Niduma power years up on Ghana. Niduma power years up NPP, equality. Some moods of paper. Inche Yabama na Quinja no so dana Guiz Mayashe. Iye Kasa awful. Only Nakamuto to say, painful day. Inche 7 was it ma Yarufu behind a Konfua could see rabbits in Yarufu Abisu. And they say, Occident, Ubia, you are all your trouble for Sabi, party I hear you. Ubia, you are a trouble for the Maso, Ubia, ye or Bonofu. But it's Ribia and Mucho. It's Ribia and Mucho. And now, Tibia sooner and the mono of it too, politically and tactically. It is a Kencity Agyapong. Na able to get now Koryako Jituna, Baba, Master, woman them. Osande it say ma oko from kaso de from ma do na we say in the MPP from who for Kennedy Ryan na yan so ni hwe Osande yin mas very why that boy among Ghana even in his own capacity as an ordinary MP ordinary statesman it means that why it is a onya kwenja bet na go kase no yo mampanyina enyim da obotum so why or the money resources zaye na ya catch delegates so sabi impemfo ni na obi asafata nanso nya appeal to the base of the party Honorable candidate Agyapong as the all the delegates grassroots for handsome onyanda ba osase nyande mbere asu de onya kwenja na obabetina gum na otumu party no party uni fi adum kwa adum oni da mebre mbere no asu nti ya to just delegate de ma ombane de sabe ya dikufo kwa okor ya zinuko ebien ya akufo-addo kwa okor ebien baasa na makan no sibia onam de ma ana regions a yede da mpefi ko ekuru ebien baasa no onyomi impempe za ye won sisiare
okay
yakọ report them ma ehwe yani defeater brother oye beast and this after 4 years no ya sana ko ana fu hon na me bio akọpọ hon so that won bo hin won fatu mi de hin na yan san ye omanu ya na Ghana fu bi sen de na the same anamona na mose yetuza no ba ho usande bra if you abem onchari na nzama kwa na bi ho da ho she Ghana fu mu wo di tia hen nti ami de mususu de so delegate na hina adwun yakọ pankrum na ya di tu make it honorable candidate Agyapong osin infanan onye chibiaro infanan so one is given the mandate for 4 years. If he doesn't perform, we just kick him out.
Evans.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Otemenka, delegates no etie honorable candidate Agyapong ne semwa woka no moto abaman wia. Yenwie afi na yeko 2028. Akofese 18 million people. Ebegina tum anase omonjini tum. Also, right up what your baby say no political party can win elections with the core members only. At the end of what honorable one say the delegates no eyina or no able to me I then appeal to the other people in the other political parties.
I said earlier, the American SME, honorable candidate Agyapong, who doesn't know him in Ghana? Abadin a Pepe on from Ghana online in terms of healthcare, in terms of support to women, in terms of everything that you can think about. Agyapong, you'll be in the next study, you started your human power. In America, then Ghana for 1 year MPP from Pono, what's a penninka? Meaning that a pay wire. In fact, Yanama NDC Mupono are very genuine, party people who work at there. Say, in fact, a seminar, honorable candidate Agyapong, I may be NDC, and some tennis style.
Okay.
About Mr. Academ.
Okay.
The level of indiscipline in the country these days is so they say, you'll be out the honorable candidate Agyapong. I'm telling you, the way our Omano, obviously, Afa, Ashishe, Etumpono, it would amaze all of us.
All right.
Let me give you a scenario. Stand there, my central region. Mifimankasin. Na our friend there, my papa by president. Na bia me central regional minister. Papa program. Na program no boko do mankasin. Na Sabi Mankasim has been involved with the church. In Zama on some fata na Sabi Oko Mankasim. Papa ba the Central Government Minister Usutu Hobby. Two things are going to happen. Papa Ababa no on them Sabi fi Babatina Ibuganasi. Now we are regional minister no. And to my friend Madam Mandamano Sabi one party tea. How are they being either door or Obambaras or Begumbo? Another Obama was a letter, resignation, and was sacked letter with them.
Okay.
But I will not sit down for the president to yes.
Ahumano mwaye nkra ma production enhwe na omo enhwe so ombetumi asan fra obi oni ayo se be ya why msre wa nti ombehwe so ombetumi asan afro obi so that we can have a very good sound mdasepa abrantia friend no Evans or say oye otwetwefo penny pa edema ye infantima impenswa no so na o cheche say sebi ye de oba ba ko eno che se enu nti ye se ye de okobium say o performance no should merit a second chance sani de bia ye kan second chance de nyame adom Reverend Adom Chei Dua na so ye wo ho nti per second chance e betumi akọ but o second chance no should be dependent upon who performance our first attempt. Russia President Kufo at the echo enutina in the wisdom of the delegates. Omu who said no, ye try no so ebeboa ampa ye boa ye try no so no otumi je tumi edema. Adodan ko Akufo-Addo ankasa. Ono so ebe so Akufo-Addo no hwe figure na or the kosoro pa even though he didn't win no obo ne ho modern e ma delegates na ankasa ka say sani a wabɔ no ho modern no when we need there nanso ye bɔ na chi dom a obeden obetumi nemom sɛ udi free 6.7 million na wo de ba bɛyɛ 4.6 na wo ka kyerɛ me sɛ wabɔ ho modern ti yensa ho fa nko biom de a bo me gidi sɛ Dennis refokra omo enje wo entum enti ye bɛkɔ yanimu anisa me guest a wo studio ha enenumre oba fefefe wa fro play e de free Donald Trump me madam ekrum de aba the seat so anaje se yebeda erade ase maame sewa niama adwoa sewa niama ohwe ni din utie ni din na local name mu amoko America kakra mu pese ye fremu Kristo den no adwoa sewa niama a ofri US abrochimem ono ena ebo honorable Kennedy Agyapong ehudero director of communication Tim Ken United States of America focus on the social media communication so nti yensa aka adwa bokode nyame adom na we nyame adom the last time I know din komo ebra na ye ko primary sunum free ho nti won kan bi akwaba kese pa ene enumre ye ne o ebehwe insem ba ko mienu bi ntitiri wo focus no pese ye hwe 5 aspirants no the 5 aspirants no ye focus senia medebia meka na honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong wo pese o vie into the 5 aspirants any here say ye bechusu honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong mamintio.
All right, okay, me that's it. I'm here with you for so me do be okay, so say we have 5 aspirants now. We have Dr. Edichum. I mean, he's somebody into education. Recently, I read a bit more about Joey in his school all year and all that, and we saw how he performed with the education ministry.
That's right.
He did a good job. We have Mr. Agyapong. Agyapong.
Yeah, engineer.
Yeah, who has also served the party in different capacities. He's also a wonderful man. And we also have Brian Agyapong, Honorable Brian Agyapong, who is also doing awesome. He was also in agric handling, agric and all that. Then we also have Dr. Baumia. He's just he's a wonderful gentleman. Yes, and I believe that he's done what he can do since he came on board. Yes, and we also have Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong. Yes, so I believe that so me sure almost 5 I can create a scenario. It's like you just baby, not playing AB2. Plenty okay. Now we have 5 people there. Your passengers be brave, your bags are all my loading and all that. And we need somebody who is going to have to fly this plane. So at this juncture, that's where we all are. We see the aspirants, so be our experience. We have Honorable Ken, or experience. He can fly the plane. He's been flying it all the time. We have Dr. Baumia, who is also, he knows so much about planes. He went to a school, trained how to fly and all that. We also have Mr. Agyapong, we have Brian, we have Dr. Duchum. Now, the decision is, why not in Metro in Asia, say, on to start plane in my That is the juncture where we are right now. Yeah, so looking at the 5 aspirants, that's what I can say.
Well, not just say, Uti, Mitio, yeah, not just say, independent rancher, no, Omina, Estefata, say, Ombejina, name Mumsa, Nipo, but to me, a day I could drew your destination, Honorable Kennedy or Henny Agyapong. And yes, Annette.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, allegations be free, other camps, our money. Honorable pre a flag bearership no na baako ene se ne nsam kan o kan ye mra na se benyama nkoye ye nyina ye nim se obi a onyanya atwom se ade no se ne etie no wo beka ono ne party mu kura na se ade no nya wo beka and we shouldn't forget say sa anamontuo yi na ama nipadom epe papa na asem se obi a odi no kore enti propaganda bako ekoso ni se honorable nsem a okaye na NDC for ebobo ye videos ema ye de campaign etia MPP amanyoko no nsem bensa na honorable kan ya ofi se omo NDC for de ye campaign etia ye MPP. Okay,
meda wasi bebre. I believe that my social media, for example, Honorable Ken NDC for using our soundtracks at the campaign, and indirectly, it made it easy for NDC for to campaign. So what I did was to look for a typical video at NDC for you see him. You see Sammy Jenfi. I mean, he was doing most of the communication for them, and I played the video. I played it over and over again to know what it was talking about. First one had to do with the. And some of Dr. Baumiana Kaye, I went to Mianya with the currency. He moved on. The next one was Dr. Baumia. Third one, Dr. Baumia. Fourth one was dear now Honorable Keneka. Now let's take a look at what Honorable Ken was saying. He was talking about the dollar rate and for Abino Ekaye and the current situation of the dollar rate, which was a big deal for him. Why was he saying that? He is a businessman. And he says, he can't cost Ryanka so MPP into TLS and this in Betiamo. It cuts across. And I believe that because he's a businessman, he's very approachable. There are lots of people who are in business or mere connected to him. So they call him, they tell him, oh, Sikano was sure where I say a bed. And no as a businessman or Safabi for how the man. And he knew very well that if Ghanaians should go through this, obviously, it had repercussions. So this is one part of the video, oh boy. Now say I'm not here. The kind was it a secret? We are Jumana Kofania Mabana Oboka. What the kind was it a secret, or was it known by all people?
Na idea so a Hagana for
very good, because recently there's this lady, Tescon, one of the Tescon president. Okacha me say there's no way I know him so better one to about why? Because the parents suffer haircuts in B. On one year, she lost like $40,000 on one business.
$40,000.
Yes, 1 year only seeing now. Such a person told me that she didn't campaign for MPP, and she made it aware to some of the leaders. Said this is the situation, and if it's not sorted out, she's even going to campaign against the party. It is honorable to say same way you know. Said this is what the people are saying, which obviously is out. How do you then say that his messages were used as soundtracks? So what they make. So if you move on to NDC for some more the fifth one, now they played Honorable Ken's message again. what he had to do was the DDEP, no, Sahe Kata Semeba, no. Now, was that also a secret? So Honorable Ken made it aware, say he had already spoken to Mr. Foriata about this, proud to even that it was really going to cost the party, say Oma Nyaho Bibia. And then Mr. Foriata says, oh, Nyadia a baby, right? And so when it started coming out, and Kofo complaining, demonstrations, now he came out and says, at this, Oma and Shen, Oma and Son, a big cost the party. Yeah. Now, who didn't know about this situation? So how can you say that the NDC used his messages for their soundtracks? So it holds no substance, but there's no truth in that. And so be and can just go for the videos they used. There was nothing like that. So
mitwasi meaning that and someone and other camps like can say honorable no can say no musem and NDC for boy against yenya san some na o kasa o boy no no trodo honorable and nintro because Bekai said or can be said by MPP lost the election around 2022. Yeah. Utie yempening for later lose some of yempening for from even Dr. Baumia camp I confirm say indeed we lost the election as far back as 2022. Yeah. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong the okoka eno there not just say we go party no fi and now we go aban no fi. So you are trying to confirm to us say honorable and can be boni bia. Elections. Okay, so it means that Uko Zebila constituency in 2020, the 2020 election, we share difference between Nanado and current president. Now Nanado beating Mahama. In 2024, it was the other way around. Mahama beat Dr. Baumia very heavily. So Obibeka say in seminar. Kennedy Agyapong kind and the man Zebila for dollar na sem no kind and the man Zebila for Antwerp Dr. Baumia his own place
So to compare, how do you even fix it?
Exactly.
How do you even fix it? Meanwhile, there were some MPs more and Crawford to Momo. Dr. Baumia. How then use this? Better not do it justify. So what he said, and Sema no be any dada. Things he had even spoken in secret to most of the people about prior to this time. Okay. So then Sema obi and majority no Dr. Baumia promises are now I went to me and so that's what they used. And they say to shift the blame. You know the funny thing, that's how I see it as it stands right now. When it comes to maybe I'll say Dr. Baumia's camp, right? BBA papa about MPP government, Dr. Baumia anything that was contrary, Dr. Baumia is not responsible. He didn't do it. Okay. To the extent that even when his own picture was presented as a flag bearer, and still he's not no, it's not his fault. But whatever good came out of the party, department, irrespective of the ministry, is linked to okay. So how can you claim things but then not want to take responsibility for anything? You see,
Now make us for a year. No say me. I don't do tribal, religious, type of politics. No. Now say obi at the tribal or religious politics as some about yen politics more. Me just say a former flag bearer especially say or call no for kokachiro say. And me na me feel say there's nothing wrong with it. Say obeko no wagachim so ufri oni omo na wo enti omonto ayeden aba emfamma. People don't see anything wrong with it. Me and me free south and I me call election na mako mikro me na me kache me nkrofo so me nemu na wa ha enti monto abama me dia yebeka say me ma ayeden my friends tribal and religious or whatever. Do you think there are friends tribal considerations are HAPs are election internal elections here?
Okay, Medase. So then this one will take me back to 2023 primaries.
Okay.
You realize Satama Yokoto Abano. I mean, it's a contest. Yes, Obia make contest it's open.
Yeah.
So when it's open, Obia betimiako unknown to us, no. Now your name say party, no establishment, no will be on person deneba. So anybody could contest. The Honorable Ken could contest TB. And Oko contest we are the natural thing you expect is it to be free and fair, right? Everything will be transparent, especially Sebio. Over time bakuma, so you expect everything.
Yeah, if you bush let there be level playing field.
Yeah.
Send a bear nipana obe win. You able to me akumapa at energy.
Yeah, but then a Shasian honorable Bem, he came in late. Time on the buy because Dr. Baumia then never answer what on the data. Honorable came in late. Now when he came, he had a message he was running with. Oh, had time or the campaign here. When he came, he was his own communication director, his own PR. He played every role himself, which was a very big deal and quite challenging for the youth. Say, how can one man do all this, right? Which was really inspiring for me. That's how I see it. And you realize, at a point, for example, there was a time almost say auto cast and look at the Oman account. So I says almost say auto cast my parliamentary candidates singing. And you know the funny thing, he was always contesting for his or per votes on one constituency. Yes, so he will leave it and go to other constituencies to campaign for his colleagues.
Good.
So they be on Benya position.
That's right.
Now he will come back. Such a person come to contest Tamale Congress. He sponsored everything, right? So you think so he's paid his dues. This same man will come and contest with somebody. And now you nobody never Google na kwemu. Now you never heard Honorable Kenneka say, oh, me Free Central Region in Tina omu ye mi say. Me ya Kenny in Tina omu ye mi say. You know, it was so tough. Those times, you know, everything was just going against him. To the extent that his very friends or no Martina Parliament for a long time, all these people were prevented from even coming to say, oh, Mr. Porto, you dare not. Nobody was coming.
But one blaming it on he being an account or a Christian or from Central Region or whatever.
Central Region, say no. All he wanted to do was carry his message. So though it was tough, all he was doing is I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. Okay, now we went through the whole thing. Through all the challenges, he still amassed 37% and even more. Fine, you know, who last minute, regular call, so even right now, more around, Uti Nota. How some people said they voted for him. Unfortunately, on my recording, they gave him 0 at those points.
Yes.
Through it all, you never heard me say me Free Central. Those things never came up. Now, when your movie, Mr. Mahama, now president, and Dr. Baumia contesting or not, you never heard anybody blaming Dr. Baumia. You didn't hear the NDC playing tribal against Dr. Baumia. And you also didn't hear Dr. Baumia's camp or the MPP saying that Mr. Mahama was playing politics or tribal stuff. So now what changed? Now we get to a point everybody is supposed to sell their message. Everybody is supposed to tell what they have to do. Or be a candidate, then suddenly some people are trying to take the tribal thing. I believe that Ghana, you are mature beyond Enyema Bibri. One is tribal.
Yes.
For example, here Honorable says, we have a lot of Muslims. I'm supporting Honorable Ken. We have a lot of people from the north. I'm supporting Honorable Ken. I also have a lot of Christian friends. I'm supporting Dr. Baumia.
Exactly.
And then even Yebe started primary, so you saw a lot of prophets coming out to support Dr. Baumia.
Yes.
You saw a lot of pastors coming out to support Dr. Baumia. Even Oko churches, he went to Malams, he went several places. He was in churches receiving prophecies. Nobody went to say that, oh, when you're Christian, so why this? Because it's so transparent, nobody blamed him. Now suddenly everything is changed because maybe I'll say that there's not enough message or there's no message right now. So now let's look for something a bit my sympathy kakra. But are we really for it? So to the extent that we have some constituents, so we say Vincent, Honorable Vincent Asefua. Is it Old Tafo?
Yeah.
Old Tafo. Very good. Yeah. He came out saying a constituency, a Muslim community. The people voted for him. They didn't vote for Dr. Baumia. So if we are supposed to translate this tribal thing, they can say. The Muslims there didn't vote for Dr. Baumia. They voted for Vincent. So how relevant is this tribal thing? And then I heard an imam be I'll see Dr. Baumia Gadam together, the Omoko baby. Emma 800 citizens, and there were like 300 people, but they all didn't want Dr. Baumia. So now at this point in Kremofone, how do you play tribal when your own people didn't vote for you, or they are saying they are not going to vote for you? Now, when Dr. Baumia had 0 in some constituencies in the north, how do you play? Yeah, how do you explain this when it comes to tribal? So we come to realize that there's nothing like tribal politics right now. Some people are trying to force use you as an excuse to explain why they didn't do well, to explain that to almost a sympathy, which is not working. Because how can you explain say wow chrome they rather chose and for religion. Mr. Mahama a Christian, we a Muslim. The Muslims still chose to vote for Mr. Mahama. How then do you bring? I don't know the religion I explain anyway. Your own people knew you were Muslim. They know you are from the north. They chose Mr. Mahama. Yeah. So how do you saying? So you realize that bringing religion in, bringing tribe in, it's not going to work. It is not possible. It's only those who want to be a bit dubious. Message, they want to push this, but it's not going to work because I think Ghana is more matured. We've risen above that. We have some pastor friends currently who tells me some the Dr. Baumia no mupe. Now, how do you explain it in terms of religious lines? It's a no so pay honorable Ken Assembly. How do you explain it?
Exactly, because so, you equally know Muslims who will tell you say they honorable Ken Assembly.
So if you have a superior message, there's no way you're going to use tribe and religion at this point.
Wonderful, yes. Wonderful. Last point I'm addressing, focus on the Ken, the brand Ken. Is it the Kennedy brand? He has become the center of attraction, the center of attention. Everybody is talking about Ken. What is that thing? Obibeka said the ish that is making everybody follow Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, including from Abosomfo. Now say me video be say papa a friend Kwekubu now also kase the Honorable Ken is ripe for the system. The time now you do be saba and we have heard Muslim clerics who have also said they are part of the story. Say Omoshe Papa no ni credit no onye corrupt. Now show the ability to create jobs. Yeah, the neighbor a Christopher so for bebre. People were thinking say so for no best already honorable. Maybe out here and de or so for buy or say. Or no the Honorable Kennedy Agyapong or more asofono Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ne juma or by exposing fake and false prophets no honorable aye omo juma ediamo. What do you think is that one thing Emma and Crawford to edi papa na chi sa?
Okay, me that's for Sasemo, and I'll start from that expose in a course, which people were thinking, so, oh, he attacked the church, he attacked believers. No, that never happened. He never attacked the church, he never attacked, and I believe that unless you've been a victim, right, in such situations, you not appreciate what people probably were going through out the by. Would they imagine say they all can we see how be no so for be the
yeah.
At that time you were a victim.
Yes.
Everybody is looking at the pastor until who was maybe our Jew be a man to be in school, but nobody really cares about you, right? All we care about is the pastor who says that God said or he's reading the Bible to us. But he doesn't approve of abuse.
Yes.
And support abuse. He does because one thing is or say, do you love me? Or didn't do you love me? Because Jesus needed people who really loved him to take care of his precious people, his wodine moja ato so until on funny man show be answer keke but ne masha obinsa na nipa ne yes okay obe take advantage of them obe abuse yoma yes unsupported sadeno and irrespective of who you are we a minister now what abuse you be that's not God's way. God doesn't approve of it. And I believe that honorable one of his weaknesses, right, is he can't ignore the vulnerable. he can't ignore those who are helpless. That is he can't stand it. He can't. That's for me. That's what I've seen. That's his weakness. He can't stand there and see people suffer when he can do something, or the vulnerable go through something. He feels that it will be a powerful and manipulator. No matter what, he will want to find a way out. And unfortunately, say nipa na onene be preni nipa odimwa. It's not going to be an easy fight. And see, obi abe presenting the case. But the beautiful thing is, in the end, those people get their freedom. In the expose, no sure, a lot of people had their freedom. What they show. Did he go attacking every pastor? No. It's all your suffering and some more can only be a how say. Oh, your church member now only be a how say. And I remember when he was done, it's a pastor, Archbishop Agyapong. Yes. He came out to even thank him, say this is something they should have even done. Exactly. And it takes a whole lot, you know, in Ghana, in any religious country, it takes a whole lot for even a pastor to come out and talk about some of these things, because I bet you was sorry so. So what Honorable Ken did, and it takes somebody of great strength to be able to do that. And see, a lot of people, the victims no move free money. Their Facebook say a lot of people say that because of the expose, this and this happened, they are thankful, they are grateful. Now, if you know you were not abusing anybody, you shouldn't be worried with the expose. If you knew you were not, because there were people who were actually being abused, they are grateful. If you were a Christian, you were a pastor, you never abused anybody, you should rather be thankful for what Honorable Ken did. And you asked that, what is that one thing about Honorable Ken? I'll go back to how I started it with the flight. Now, in this flight case, passengers as we change location from opposition to power, right? So let's say A to B. Some of the Dr. Baumia. Dr. Baumia is a wonderful gentleman, like I said. You know, he came in at a time, or can he pen say he will be a boy with economy, no? That is why he didn't bring Dr. Baumia in, because he was a Muslim. That was not his primary thing. Because MPP had a lot of there were a lot of Muslim people in the party. So Nananado per Muslim, he could have used So the key element man Nanado did Dr. Baumia by was not because he was from the north or because he was a Muslim. Now the key thing was economic issue that he needed help with. So Tiana into video be or say that is why Dr. Baumia background. Most of them were opposing. But Nanado raised the point, say economy so let him come. So he came in purposely for that. And I believe that Dr. Baumia, as human as we are now, probably he didn't see the big picture, right? Into a bam, and you can't force him to do what he can't do. That's right. It is a plain scenario. Dr. Baumia crab book. My father says, "See, I'm no baby." Also, what kind? Said they fly plane. Now for you do, call. Now passengers, hobby. Also, where to plane that was there be. The wire done is a what kind honium. Okay. Do you think you are ready to board such a plane?
No, I'm not sure.
You're not going to do it. So right now, why are people presenting Dr. Baumia to us? The thing is, we've shown him to the people. This is what he can do. Dr. Baumia chair a plane way obey baby a packet bags and obey they go plane, which is cool. Obey my technicians not check plane say BBI okay, which is excellent. Ebi obey making sure say lights BBI plane when you juma. He's done all he can do. Do your man another? There's nothing more because he loved Nanadi so much. Say only BB extra and Kobayama. So all he could do is what he did, right? Into Wayeri, but say there's a plane here too. Ye probably away to be paying. Who is Honorable Ken? What do you mean? Say, where we do a school, how to fly a plane, and see, officer will choose our plane. I mean, who takes such a risk at this particular time? So right now, it's Honorable Ken who will be paying. And when I was coming, I took a taxi here, and then the taxi driver, just when I said I was coming to Net 2, he was like, "Oh." I'm like, I didn't know. Say, on the Honorable Ken or Peno, don't about me about.
Taxi driver.
I said, yes, I'm in Dr. Baumia Semo. Me penasem, but you're paying now, you know. Okay. Because if genuinely Nana do the number when he was not part of the party, or the number or mama bibia everything at his disposal. Now when na why dear be on a person sign the man. Until say on the honorable Ken Amba, that job aba. And I'm sister. And I wasn't wearing this t-shirt. There was nothing to show that I was even coming like me back studio happy say. So when it comes to honorable Ken, he can deliver. And you'll be afraid now Obesona say obet me to plane and our own to me. He's already off fly planes, he knows how to do it. So he's just getting people in to fly. He's not coming to test. So engine no crying, plane him crying, if I'm so beba. There's no time to take such a risk. And that is what Honorable Ken is going to do.
Okay.
And as a typical businessman, he knows the real issues on the ground.
Okay.
And you have to be back and say, oh, say he's experienced the good, the bad.
Exactly.
And all the extremes.
He's gone through it all.
Yes, and he knows the typical person and checking the lifestyle. The funny thing is, he also schooled in the US, right?
Yeah.
Oko Adisadel College.
Yes.
But what her on time they be all say, oh, oko school
Dumping. Local.
Yes. Because he thinks that and yeah, no, not a define who he is. He shouldn't say I schooled in the US, I schooled here. It's what he can do. Where he school, he cry even graduate school. I thought that let's try be sure what they're doing. Or to get stuck. The students are there. They have to bring somebody with experience from the field to come and teach us. What they say Facebook, typical example, Facebook. Bebre. First year they just get out of school because of something they can do. Okay. Excel in business or whatever area they have. And then they come back, later go and graduate. So until at this crucial point here, Honorable Ken be to start playing because he has the experience, he's got all the certificates to fly, and he's the only the safest person to fly this plane right now.
All right. Yo, Mami Adwa Yabedasi, Nyamia Dumwa, Mefie. Because questions be brought on more, some bisa pa na, especially more US no, your thinking be about some of these issues how muhuno. But Ameritino, midubesia na say Wednesday, say Emre umwa, mesan amawaba. Na those questions don't have members wa bibi yami. Enti ebeda se pa say opase by.
Okay, is it the tribal one?
No,
maybe I could end with that.
No, because of my time, no,
okay,
although for a year, I do sewa Niama or a data papa director of communication, any social media, Edema, a honorable Ken, ni team, United States of America, not just a ofi, a che, no one, and about a year, my other guests, so atnasi, ba abebo. And Komokakra Ediafa, the traditional type of politics, any the Japan, yes, the Agyapong doctrine, the kind of PhD, no, and check Kakra Ewoha, ye nemo Ebechen, so answer on my making kind, YouTube messages in Kakra and from Mamu. Nanajua see dia or say Team Ken, we move forward. Say Kutu, say Bam, vote for Ken and AKA. Aka pen pe okay aka ken pe eno de aba Philomena yebo mensa or say good evening flag bearer I am fully connected and after so friends of Kencity Media almost omode aba or say good evening flag bearer we are praying hard and at the same time working hard for Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong to lead MPP and or the hashtag na boss say kutu say bam champon kwame or something boss say good evening flag bearer as for Dr. 00 Baumia, he doesn't deserve any second chance, but if he still insists he can go to Adum Cheidua finish say kutu say bam watching you live from Deu Ekrapem and or the aba Francis Adai or say let Ken be Ken or no Sonidia or the aba Ebenezer Ray Dugan, yes, Ebenezer Ray Dugan. Or say good evening, flag bearer, watching you live from Richmond, Virginia, US, and also the India by that's a Michael Atta, or say Honorable Ken be Ken. Honorable Ken be Ken, Nyame Ensa Ewomu. Alice Boahin Asare, Alice Boahin, or say, can you tell me one polling station that Dr. Baumia had 0? Me who message here and tell me mepe edi amount. Or say Elisha Odum or say watching now and also the need abano. Aha and I made messages no ABC messages no ABC nti yɛbɛkɔ yɛnim ɛyɛ abranteɛ baako sɛnea mebɔ mu nkaeɛ no ɔno so fi US no hwaa na ɔbɔ ne ho mmɔden paa ɔno so campaign a yɛyɛ ɔbɔ ne ho mmɔden ɛyɛ Dr. Kenneth Kluche ɔyɛ private consultant de ma ɛyɛ America aban no na ɛnɛ numere me ne hwɛ issues surrounding a traditional type of politics as opposed to another versus the Kennedy Agyapong doctrine nyina yenim se PhD no papa yi eba be boya ma ya tia se apia kubi or the ne dia ba or say in Ken with trust and John Opoku Entry say watching you live from Israel. John Opoku Entry Israel na or no so the abano mame emfa doc enchem doc moajo akwaba
yeah
boko de
nyamiadom na onso
nyamiadom ene mo kwaibo yebeda asese wasan abeka yensa ewo the seat show so ene numre yebeko straight to the point me pese ye hwe book ya mekotei mesre se obi abeko akopesa book we bi minim se odwa so de a but okenkan sa book we a obete nyema bi ase papa watu din the PhD politics patriotism, honesty, discipline, the Agyapong doctrine. And the number you heard the Agyapong doctrine and no ena ebia emre ema ye ho kwan be to me a contrast between the PhD patriotism, honesty and discipline and also the politics as usual memene any others ye wo oman Ghana mundi doc wadaroma me pese odm walk it through sa contrast between the PhD and then the politics as usual.
Yo, medical at the Inchiama wete for the Inchiama Team Ken, USA, Dr. Banasco, Yami Inshao, Chairman Jerry, any Markenina.
Messages are banner almost help.
Oh, okay.
I must send the message said they are watching.
Yeah, they're ready. Yeah, now, because of time, back to the question. The contrast between PhD and politics as usual. Share your memo and I say politics now, maybe me begina FD so I can send be. Say, Kasanya be and I say, politicians or Kasabi say, let's tell the people what they want to hear, and when we get the vote or when we get the power, let's tell them why we were not able to do it. And then we say politics are quite nada.
Exactly.
Politics are quite nada.
No boama kahuma nipa interest or politics.
And nipa je edum. Nipa je edum. This is say trust power politicians when they anyhow. Na mi jina sa kwenya iso anase mi jina sa de iso aka ayi wasama ubusama no said the contrast the kasa contrast eye ensonsoye eda politics ye ne deda ene na honorable enso edeba say me kan honorable mi jiri say nyina yinim honorable Kennedy ohene okompreko Agyapong wo krata mitintim ye PhD book yi ohwe krata fa to so adu watwe miensa eho anasensemi ewo na me trance say enioma say politicians say twam omadada yen omome ehu say eko ene nea honorable person oyen osiese no kredie obia ba betran masemo kan say honorable Nchantro.
Yes,
honorable Nchantro. When it comes to politics, when it comes to a word, honorable ni word any word, so onye obeka chro so be ya obeye now ne dikan leadership style say leadership style and so kwan e fa so ebu oman eno ehonioma politicians nia omo eka ene say Ushuma a personality cult. They say me a president and I saw a president. Ushe unkrofo. So that demon, that's the previous one as a status quo. That is how they see it. Oh, minkrofo, we a crony, we a minipa, we a meba, we a.
As a typical example of what you are saying is a mom penny John Dramani Mahama. Menoka say Busumi Bia. All the 276 constituencies in Ghana, no. Jubilee House, Asuye, Emma, or no name for NDC for 20,000 cities every month.
Yo.
So 20,000 cities multiplied by 276 constituencies. It fits into what you are on no name for.
Na idea akos wache. Idea akos if sad concept no na den atom trim. Na me sure say won say oya idea bia e bone kra na oya repeatedly na abes papa ma.
Yeah.
It's almost for say a normal thing. Ebiaba me pese mebobodin but enuma mpemfo bia aba o man kasa o makosi so mabusuafo. Na oni omo ye den eye. Now sad no na koso. Siko fancy eye ihwenim.
Okay.
Hero worship. So me na me ye president. Me ye nana. Sabin producer. Me na mtia konwam. Enti ade anya kra ye ntumi nya den. Enka nkyerɛw.
I don't know Honorable Kennedy the on the Obeka.
Enti say we say no na wo na honorable dey obeye ni.
Okay.
To counteract that no honorable so on the leadership no performance driven.
Tis the answer no obema obibia ye no na je say e ade a obetumi e the results aba.
Wontumi nya onfama.
Good.
Na sister Ajua can be afa plain me sure say analysis no dey more important more TF4 and yes on cars on to play but analysis no there.
That's right. That's right.
On to me your beka so on to me so mani who so no the shows and on to me anya fire.
That's right.
It's a performance driven merit based opening one me we presenter juma unim honde wosua eno to ya onsuro unim tamasa start unim tamasa owie unim question so obusa unim question na so obusa menya presenter obebusa me say menya wadwuma enya de metumi aye sara na me so madwuma me ye no nso no se e ka say onso be ya ontumi nye honorable say ne abetumi aye no eno ana me de be ma
merit based.
Yes, merit based.
Whereas near nim no send your tear no and say oh we there
me fatu bi say mania method but they say in chroma time na na your frop ni bi krobadu say akrobadu say a call baby a finance office o call no say na ahanso mo ye den o say I have finance na den o say ye na ebusika ho akonta o say sir ene mumpimpi nkonwa no mo fa ba konsia me ofa say ba ono so metra sika nkonta ne ofa say ba so onimo say ye no kro e atesem etimi dem de honorable say nya wonim no na be den obeye yan som no esa so ye president akoto ma menye na oye bone kura me nka se ne be metumi nya bibia di num no honorable say na ne o say honorable say a servant leadership.
Okay.
One must say, yen som no oba so be den oba be som. And to share honorable ne eyode ba sa ana eden e kire. Say the second part no yen fa bibi to say ethics and accountability. Say ubetumi me who the direct term the ethics but me sure say can be before suban pa obebe suban pa di and they say obebu akonta awon ni awo yes peri all system now all system train say selective justice oh wait what to say senate enti no ye kan asem ni say yes obi ba ko wi abode ne dem ba ko tum enfie miensa na so obi be fa billions of Ghana cedis yeah so court yo oh misappropriation mom me anya oh na yakata so mo so no ide
o ba na yes oh NDC ni ntino case no wagya tumpo say o ampa sika na fa wonza no yes
me say minimobi anya bia no minimobi a yekobubu ne dan a wasi we need dan ya wasi o de bebo anyanka obi kokko bubui say en asase anka enfa court system eso na bound na waso ntino ye di ma no na ba free so a papa no eya appeal no wa wi ni case no selective justice cover ups for allies.
The allies.
Yes, minimum no.
Okay.
Oye me honipa. Ma me nkata so.
Wodi
boni eti o mo no wi sika puduo no ne hone man o akofre ohin. Ohin so me ofa ase. Ofa ase na akata so. Enye no kwa.
O kan ye nia politics
Politics wo ade so ma gya tu ma ko se eye boni so ma ya ma ko se papa. Honorable so ba.
Ono ye den.
No honorable be ni. Radical transparency. Bibia mu na ho. And the Senate selective justice no ni antidote or honorable then transparency. Bibia peri and now public accountability me the bibi show so honorable division so make sure so better zero tolerance of corruption. Honorable amamu no o say ono de katati no ne honema la lie ensi now you move on
appointment and promotion.
Okay,
saying a system no etie and a saying na honorable ne de no ode ba na tie
me say system na e wo say no bia ni no bia be dey dance say appointment connection unimo bia unya appointment unimo bia unya tribal affiliation menen na fikro ba ko menen na abusuani menen no kasa ba ko party allegiance oh menen na party mu ene no we say I say so young people ni nkwa de o wo hefo so young this ni nkwa de wo hefo so ni mo onto me no ere o wo hono mo push ni nche ho krobodu say de ni bi honorable say de bi
sana etie but
honorable say ono de oba based on merit. Based on merit, na honorable pa can say, niye fata wono. Ano de ma.
Okay.
Ni abetumi aye. Na ha say mama chemu kakra. Enye se wa koji certificate say bia wa ba say o memi kuta PhD. Entimetumi aye. No, honorable say enye certificate nkwa na aye. Proof America
what you can do.
Prove what you can do. Who PhD a day na PhD no betumi de aye.
Okay.
Enti so bia woni PhD e wa dwensen wa honorable so nya kono be adwuma
bo
based on merit proven competence o here lenke
yes to say honorable nankasa bibia prove say or competent about job creation
massa to say adwuma wodi you are competent in what you are doing so it is a banner say first say their communication director because you have that competency. And two, work ethics. 7 o'clock now only one more fire. Use of public office.
Yeah.
Say say last night me can say politics about befumska. Kofo ba ebefum ska so obi okomode no ne ano akaw so ni makawa ebia na de
mankeri
but ya ne ho
ya tena grasi da odia kra
anya se me kai usumba ne makoyira odo sa omsa mienu no mudi omfum sika nyafu honorable say oba eye office and yet tool of accumulating and of wealth and yet tool of accumulating political powers but it's an honorable son the about best son now no be say a platform for national service oh baba sumo mine say a more appointment just appointment say can minister chair of some for Minister and Chelsea
last Wednesday, me bought video be about the Emir of Kanu. In Simbia or Kaye, no, say politicians say ye foul minister, Babesum, and yet opportunity to come and say, oh, the Baby, we are on mine sika.
And you know, honorable, ne PhD, ayina okano as a trend say Sunday of our a platform for the national service and economic development on mine obeboa momana eden etumpon enye so ba bet wi o manisika ashobotom enne ne yehu no ono abeso ba entrance bi
public engagement
empty promises Crawford bar, essence of paper warranty, may say, empty promises. Tell them what they want to hear when you come to power. Let them know why you were not able to do it. What a deception.
Yes.
And Nada, honorable say, Oba, a straight talk. Nukre ane and found so or one the party man as one in the party nukre baako pe ade baako a o da nwane a o nsesa wano nukre nwane now kan asema waka na nukre the same thing na be den obeka honorable say hard truth hurts but as and result-based communication. Assembly mechano, as I said, then results eba and no honorable say oba be. And the patterns as usual, and as a politics as usual, the contrast that honorable is bringing, and no anna yehu ewo board no eso no. Another way saying here development philosophy. Obi epep yinti pose inti. Edu tama yebe election na wakwasa nua abegu kwa ho kakra no ma bulldozer abefa so na omanfo ani age obeye kwan aman oye no wi a adanko dadadu so honorable say ade awuntumi nye no menye emfa nipa abrabo ento chacha honorable say oba ono de sustainability, long-term investment, education, industry, and infrastructure. And found say, and this na now also no fear see no e your money dia obeto so onya obetro no ntia onya den onye but obeye nso a onada
results-based communication.
Enti no yemfa obi bibi to say attitude towards opposition.
Say wo abemu na ekwan a wo fa so de donkuma no
yes
reality
old system another system
yes
say obey ma opposition ho abatan e can be say demonization
obey man for the who say
some secretary silencing dissent adia ade papa no obenso opeso den obranas o kanokra na etia onanso and political witch hunting to send na ekoso ye nam ne yehwehwe akoro ka asem wetia me biribi say atwemo me enfo kwan bia so eto be ya adikito be no wafa no waye no political witch hunting honorable so ba ne de no debate
okay
can na me can be yehwe na ne de den constructive criticism and some honorable say you be criticize obi no enye constructive no cry and what criticism no mo enye say oh yeah no dey atan onyako no ani akoye otufo asem bi okan nana bi pagya muma say amanhia ko ne ba bi a udi asem na bu obi efo a onyako na bu no fo no san beda wase Sade no ana ona aboso oba abeden abe campaign strategy say obe mahanausa in kanokra deceptive imagery nyoma enimu nom ne nyoma
ide bi kaka
ona abose oba ebe policy centered PH
campaign strategy
yes
ono ne de no be
policy centered honorable the policy ni say patriotism, honesty and discipline,
and that is clearly demonstrated and shown in the campaign now or the policy centered or say me ba a Greek ministry me de beko north or say a year tourism ministry me de beko a year from mountain voter and no what you are no need any policy centered adiobe edu be bia honorable me say me de me pa mo chow delegates minsa da minsa yam
montumano na motumano Ghana betomano Ghana tumano also on the 4 years 4 years me as watch na make onaka one day member have analysis bi but ni nyina no
no kura no one obeka so onsambra
yes so evidence based track record honorable track record you say ya no yenim kura no nipa over 7,000 why then why employer opening to say who to meet you our light bill because of honorable.
That's right.
So yen nyina so bia obey adwuma no ohun say o so da no pakra eden o kra eden esi ohun so honorable set track record no enu nti ono de o say enye se me beto na sesem na mo hwe adwuma ma eden medi enti delegates misra mo ma obi enada mo na last one a vision for the nation. Old system say maintain power, reward loyalists, and stay popular. I'm a man for can be say maintain your power. And they say we are say nipa you won't believe say nipa kum nipa so be we need power.
For power.
For power.
Wow.
Honorable. PhD doctrine say there will be a transformed governance.
Yes.
There is going to be an easy near a son and obedi uplift the people. Manipa na udi omosono peja wom odi enfa enkaso no nye peba mani nu koto dwa na so wabeti na bibi betumi eden akona no honorable say obeja bibi etwa amaya dansidie leave a legacy of integrity. It is say can PhD once a man so see a baby man and you maybe say any corrections on honorable base no penny ma make assemble ko edo baby a me ba ha no ma mo ma me etwa kwantentin no ma ba mo mra mo de ma me so next time mo frame me ma bi
obeba
yo
obeba and one now person okay chat
and one person
that's we dey fetch him Dr. Kluchi yeah honorable ne doctrine PhD doctrine bi no de was obeka no say na etie ntino on be hwe woni mu enunu na exactly
yati so honorable ba na
yati yo ye beda ase doc ye beda ase papa bodo for mo bi beka say unfortunately no aha enemre be ma ye de the seat no asie me college mesrem pa na de mu fancheme nyame adma ukuada mebie no entem na motumi afre mu fancheme YouTube messages ni nyina ka be 4-5 bi mreti mentumi enkenkan ema mu fancheme mo abohwe nyina social media traditional media nyame enhram aha ena at the seat emre ebema ye kwan ne de aba adwa sewa nuama from the US ene minua bema Evans osei secretary edema infantiman constituency also yeda munyina sese mo beka dwumadi no ma ewie peyo nyame adoma ukuada ebeyi yebesan ehia makram mo kai se number 1